Hello and welcome to The Exclusives 2018 An Entrepreneur's Journey. I'm Renuka Sharma, your host on this brand new and exciting show on ZTV. It's 2018, a brand new year and a whole new world. From barter trading to cryptocurrency, the means by which we exchange has changed dramatically. In today's millennial rat race, it is all about the survival of the fittest. And on this show, The Exclusives 2018, we're going to be introducing you to businesses and entrepreneurs who capture that essence. We'll be taking you through the journeys of businesses who've grown organically or via mergers and acquisitions to reach the top of their game. Our first guest today is Kenneth Kam, Forex trader extraordinaire and best-selling author, who at heart is driven by philanthropy. It is said that opportunity favors the prepared mind, and Kenneth really encapsulates this. And today he stands very close to what he once deemed a vision, which is to be the pension fund for the world. Ken, welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, we hear it's been an outstanding year for you since you were last on Z. Tell us about who Kenneth Kam really is.
Well, I am a Forex trader, a currency trader, not exactly a money changer, but I am a currency trader. So what I do is I buy low, sell high on the currency market on a daily basis, Monday to Friday, and that's how I make money.
And how did you get into the currency web in the first place?
Well, it first started with commodities in 1990. In 1990, I was a young man, fresh out of Singapore Polytechnic, which is a school in Singapore. What I do is I will study the market. It's the same as what I did 20, 30 years back. What I would do is basically I will do heavy technical analysis, which is looking at the charts for opportunities to buy low and sell high, or to sell high and buy low, because that's how a trader earns money. We make the difference.
Right.
And I will then scour the markets for opportunities to do in-depth fundamental analysis, news reports, reports from the White House, the central government, the central bank, and then make my decisions on whether this market is moving up or down and catch the waves accordingly, so that then I can make the difference accordingly. The concept of jewelry and heirloom began centuries ago. In ancient history, any form of precious adornment were only reserved for the royalty, preferred, and the revered. Today, globalization and market dominance has equalized the value of individuality, making jewelry an asset to every household. Rina, founder of Joya Essentials, is definitely a remarkable addition to the show, as she is an extraordinary woman who has brought organization to something so treasured. Let's find out more. Renuka, over to you.
Thank you, Kenneth. You've likely spent a good amount of money over the last few years on jewelry, which is what makes a good jewelry organizer all the more important. A good organizer is not just going to let you keep your earrings, chains, and necklaces tangle-free, but it'll also allow you to access what you want a lot faster, as well as smoothly organize what you need. Joya Essentials is now really changing the way in which we organize our jewelry. With new customers now, people are looking at individuality and sentimentality when making those purchases. It's been said that every piece of jewelry tells a story. Today, we meet the founder and creator of Joya Essentials, Rina Singh. Rina, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
My biggest setback, and I'll never forget the setback, is when I was so excited to get the first Joya Essential sent to me. When I saw it, I was very happy with the color, and I'm like, oh great, this is amazing. The minute I opened it up, I was so shocked. I'm like, is this what I designed? Is this what I want people to know me as? What is this? It actually brought tears to my eyes, and I'm like, I can't do this. What have I designed? I can't put anything into any of the separate pockets that I've made. Nothing fits. This was the biggest setback. This took away all my confidence with Joya. So with Joya, the second word of Joya is essentials, and essentials is all about organizing ourselves. Joya will not stop at just jewelry. It will definitely move on, and for now we're moving on into the travel range, we're moving into the baby range, and we're just going to take it on from there because there's so much we can do to organize ourselves better. There's also makeup that we can look into. There's a lot out there with organizing.
Right.
I have traveled the world and my work demands finesse. With that on my platter, I am one who suits up to perfection. And Raj delivers just that, leaving me a very happy client. Having over 2 decades of experience in the apparel and custom tailoring industry, Raj is one who travels the extra mile to ensure his clients are satisfied. As CEO of Heritage House, Raj sits on this show as a pinnacle of success. Furthermore, this established gentleman has set out a sail to explore the expansion of what he considers a wider and higher tier. Let's find out more. Take it from here, Renuka.
Welcome to a brand new episode of The Exclusives 2018. What Kenneth just said was simply the tip of the iceberg. Today we're talking to Raj Krishnani, CEO of Heritage House. Welcome to the show, Raj.
Hi, Renuka. Thanks.
Raj, that name Heritage House, it's thought-provoking. Tell us a little about it.
Okay, yeah, so my dad, the patriarch of the family, he started the business in the late 60s, early 70s, so he had one shop in the central BD of Bangkok at that point, and he built it within, say, 5-6 years to 3-4 shops, and he was on his way to building them additionally. You know, by 2001, when I joined officially, I grew up in the business, but by the time I officially joined the business, it was around 2000, 2001. It was a time that we rebranded a little bit, and then I saw, I thought I saw some trends, which I was seeing that the multi-store concept was probably not the way to do. He said, okay, well, if you are deviating from the trend of opening additional stores, what would you like to do? So I devised the concept of come to you tailoring. I guess I'm just coining that word today. Come to you tailoring. It's a concept of us reaching to our clients, I said, reaching out, to where they are, to their locations. This could be either locally here, Bangkok, in Singapore, or we go to the US now. We have parts of Europe we cover. So that concept was sort of like built out from that, and we felt that rebranding as Heritage House is what will invoke those beliefs, those feelings where we care for the client to the point where we meet them. That's what we're trying to, I believe, invoke with Heritage House.
Raj, you're in an extremely competitive industry, yet you've managed to thrive, let alone survive. How have you done that?
Yeah, you're right. It is a pretty competitive, perfectly competitive industry for that matter, especially here in Thailand, where you've seen a lot of suit stores all across Bangkok and Thailand, all over Thailand. And custom tailoring is a good product because in Thailand it's known for good tailors, good artisans who make good clothing. I think how we've been able to, okay, fine. Well, let me give the generic answer first, okay? So the first generic answer I'm going to give, which everyone should give, is that we provide good service. Yes, we make sure that we stay with our customers, not that they stay with us. I want to make sure that we are doing our job well. So that we want to make sure that that part's taken care of. The other main USP, which I think that how we differentiate ourselves, is that we've put a lot of time and money into operating our own manufacturing unit. What that means is that everything that we do is in-house, and what that means is that takes us into 1 or 2% of the global in custom clothing industry, where we're able to manufacture our own product. So Heritage House has taken this big leap of time, money, investment, sweat, no blood, thank God, into investing in into this manufacturing unit, and so that's one of our main USPs, which I think differentiates us from this perfect competitiveness. Yeah, and the other USP, I think, again, it's several tailors and several companies should have it again, but I think we do pretty well. That we know body types and we know fashion. Yeah. Okay, they can't call me and ask me what should I wear, right? So if I could just give you a quick way on how to dress up, maybe if I could just tell you. So my mantra is the 4 W's, yeah. So let's call it who, where, why, and what. Okay. So let's call it who, where, why, what. Who, where, why, what. Yeah. Who. Let's start with the who. So you should know a little bit about your build. You know, I mean, don't lie in front of the mirror like, yeah, I'm athletic. Okay, if you're not. So know your body type a little bit. Don't overthink it. Like, okay, I have a little belly, big deal. So you know your who, because that will help you decide on the type of fit. So the where, the other element is basically figure out what's the occasion you're dressing up for. Is it for work? Is it for wedding, networking? You know, a day at the mall, etc. So that's easy, right? You know where the where is. And however, the next step could be the why. You know, why actually is probably most people, you know, okay, you'll hear this a lot, like, why do you dress up? I dress up for myself. You know, I dress up to feel good and look good. And you know, yes, it's true. It's very true. You dress up for yourself, you look good. It's a great psychological effect. And it's hard to quantify the benefits of that. But in this case, it's just a real simple question. You know, like the why in this case also basically means that are you dressing appropriately for this particular occasion? Yeah? I mean, like for example, do you want to portray a professional image if it's a networking event? Do you want to look formal and want to look formal in a wedding? So is it something for that? So that's basically the kind of like the why. Why are you dressing up? What's the reason? The last bit is the what, and the what is very simple. It's basically if there's a dress code involved in where you're going. And for example, what would you want as a guy, I guess? Would you want to wear a suit? Would a blazer do? Can you pair that with a pair of jeans, a pair of khakis? Can loafers do? Different types of shoes? Any particular type of shirt that matches? It's basically kind of like what the similar dress code would be. So for example, simple, like a lunch networking event. If you go to a lunch networking event, you know there isn't really a formal dress code per se, but it will be nice if you want to look professional. You don't want to do shorts, so you can perhaps wear a blue and white checkered shirt, and you want to go with maybe like a pair of solid dark gray pants and like a nice pair of shoes. You know, keep it slim fitted, something classic, elegant, and that's perfect. That's your look, and that took no time at all. So that's one way to look at it, how to dress.
Well, I never realized so much thought went into looking good, but good to know. Some interesting tips there. Would you say you're driven by a purpose?
Yeah, you know, purpose is a very interesting word, I like to say. It's been thrown around a lot. It's been thrown around a fair bit. You know, what's your purpose? What's your passion? What's your goal? What's this? What's that? They're all like cousins, you know, these words. But there's a fine line between each of them. And like for example, you know, when in college, my purposes were different. You know, of course everyone has, and luckily they're not the same purpose nowadays. But at least that's changed. So what I like to think that those were perhaps short-term goals, and then they perhaps felt like purpose when they weren't given to me, or I wasn't able to accomplish them. So there was a bit of rebelliousness in there. So purpose should not come from rebelliousness, is what I guess I was trying to tell you. But yeah, let me break it down. Hopefully, what my purposes, passions, and goals are, because maybe your purpose might be my passion might be your goal might be somebody else's. What was the other word? Passion or goal or purpose. So anyway, so as long as I'm not causing my close ones harm, I'm not causing any disruption, so to speak, that's negative impact, causing negative impact as such, I like to accomplish it. I'd like to go and do it. You know, it's something that can be done. It's for the betterment of my family, my children. Yeah, I think that's my purpose. It's a simple, relaxed purpose, right? So, and in terms of goals, okay, in terms of goals for the business. In terms of my goals, this is really simple for my business. My goals, I want to provide my customers with really good value. It's really important that my clients get what they want, you know. And I work hard to make sure that they receive that product that they really like to wear. Because if like they will tell me that it's for a wedding, it's their own wedding. They'll tell me it's for, you know, it's for an occasion like an interview. It's really important. These are important occasions in their life, and so it's really important that I provide the quality and the product and the service that they expect. That's one really major goal for me. Yeah. Secondly, I want to make sure that those who are contributing within the company, you know, the people who work for us and the people who work with me, the people who are in the factory, you know, that we're a team. So those who work towards the benefit of this company should be fairly, not just compensated, but they should have personal growth towards their own livelihoods. Yes. So that's also a really important business goal for me, to make sure that those who benefit to this company are able to benefit for themselves and their loved ones, yeah, and they can continue with their mantras and purposes. And another third goal for the business is we want to scale this business. You know, we're at a point where we're able to say pretty confidently that, yeah, we're ready to scale. Yeah, we reached that bit. So we want to scale, and we want to reach avenues. We want to explore successfully avenues to reach customers simply, elegantly, conveniently, and effectively. Yeah. So those are the three goals, and maybe. Yeah, actually, another long-term goal, which we're not there yet. Another long-term goal for our business would be to have to build a successful lifestyle brand. You know, right now we're a custom clothing company, but there's a lifestyle brand aspect to it which we've not explored. With sort of like it's there, it's coming, but that's our long-term goal. In terms of purpose, I think that was the other one. We have passion, goal, and purpose. So in terms of purpose. I guess again, let's just bring it down to business. Yeah, so in terms of purpose, would be I want to dedicate. No, yeah, we can mix it up. Yeah, you know what? Let's mix it up. So in terms of purpose for this business, it is to leave a business that it's like leave a legacy behind. Yeah, it's sort of leave like a legacy where my children, you know, I have two daughters. When they grow up, I want them to say, yeah, my dad built that. You know, my grandfather built that. So I want them to feel proud about that. Leave a legacy behind, for them to carry forward whatever they do with it. Yeah. So that's one proper purpose I think is very important for me. And of course, I really want to continue what my father built on. You know, he worked hard, and I could see how much he worked, and he built it in such a short time to the level that he could. And so I really feel very proud if I can do that. You know, show him like, yeah, you know, I'm not that much of a black sheep as you thought. I'm good. So I want to continue to work on his behalf. Lastly, let's say. I want to be open to new opportunities, you know, new challenges. That's another purpose, I think. You'll just see what comes up, you know, see if that's a challenge if I can overcome, see if that's an opportunity I can perhaps take, going back to my mantra, make sure that no one's harmed, no one's negatively impacted. So if that works out, I think I'm doing good. You know, Steve Jobs said, I read one of his biographies, he said, stay hungry, stay foolish. I don't know, he said this in one of the speeches, I don't know if you've heard of it, but he said, stay hungry, stay foolish. I think what that meant is that you should stay grounded. You should not take anything for granted. You should always look at life as is. You know, just stay hungry, stay foolish. You know, keep surviving, keep striving. It's probably one of the best ways to. It's probably one of the best ways to have this learning attitude, where you consistently keep it in place. Just try to be a little humble. You know, knowing that you really don't know everything. You really don't. So it's stay hungry, stay foolish is what Steve Jobs would say. So I'd like to say that.
Well said. Raj, you've shared with us so much about who the CEO behind Heritage House is. Tell us about the man behind the brand.
The man behind Heritage. I don't know. Let's see, who's behind me? Do you see someone? I don't know, but if there was someone behind me and his name was Raj, let's just say he's someone who doesn't take things for granted. You know, I think it's and he firmly believes that eventually that everything happens for the best. And even it may not be apparent at that point, or it may never become apparent of why that happened or why it did not happen. It's eventually for the best. That man definitely believes in this. It's very important to him. And I think that Raj dude is a sort of friendly, a bit of a relaxed person, a bit of an adventure seeker, but you know, knows his boundaries, and actually is quite focused on his goals and purposes. And so that's I think the man behind Heritage. It's me.
Tom Ford said that dressing well is a form of good manners. When we come back, more insights from Raj. Welcome back to the show. Raj, you talked earlier about scaling up when we discussed purpose. Tell us about your plans on how you plan to achieve that and your expansion plans, if any.
Yeah, so expansion plans have become a big part of my daily job at the moment, apart from, of course, the daily operational stuff. In terms of expansion plans, let me perhaps try to explain it depict it in terms of a management tool. It's called S-curve. I came across this tool searching online. And so basically, S-curve, there's a backward C-curve and there's an forward C-curve. So let's say, so on the vertical axis is the number of units, number of suits producing in my case, and the horizontal would be the time it takes, yeah? So when you're at the lower end of the backward C-curve, as you kind of going up, it's a new startup, suppose, you have a new business going up, it takes a lot of time to make a suit, right? It takes a lot of time to make one suit. So what that means is basically it's a learning period. You're making a lot of mistakes as you go up that backward C-curve. You're taking so much time, and that's when most businesses fail, and it's maybe funding runs out or passion runs out, or all kinds of stuff happens in those 3 to 5 periods is the general sense of this. So in terms of expansion plan, we've crossed that bridge, luckily, touch wood, long time back, and we sort of staggered at that edge of the top end of the backward C-curve for a bit, where we're deciding what to do next. And now I think we're at this point where we're going into what we call the forward C-curve. And we're at the tipping point, we're just beginning to expand. So at that point, when that takes place, we have some concrete plans in place. So once those are starting to implement, what you will see, hopefully, what we will see at least, hopefully, is growth, like faster growth. So the same suit takes less time to produce. We can produce more within the same time period. We'll reach a wider audience than we do today. We will have other online and offline marketing strategies in place. So we have a set of offline marketing strategies that we're currently built, and we're going to be communicating them through online strategies. So we'll have that chance to get on this particular train at the next station. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to get on that platform. Hopefully reach a wider audience. That's just one strategy. That's just one online thing that we're going to do. So hopefully that's what we're aiming for, going up that S-curve and reaching a point where we're scaled, we've expanded. And there's an old African saying. Someone told me, I didn't just know this. Someone told me. He said that if you want to go fast, go alone. Yeah, so that's where we're at. We're trying to go fast, so we're doing it alone. We're doing everything ourselves. But if you want to grow, if you want to grow fast, go alone. If you want to grow big, grow as a team. Yeah, that's what it was. So if you want to grow big, you have to grow as a team. It's no way you're going to do this alone. So hopefully that's where we're at, and that's our expansion plan at the moment.
So I've been living in Asia for almost 28 years, and living all over Asia, in fact. And throughout that time, I've always, there's always been the pursuit of looking for the perfect tailor. And when I moved to Thailand several years ago, was in pursuit of that high level of service, and was introduced to Heritage House. And I immediately found them to be forthcoming, transparent, excellent quality of service, and in the process met the owner, Raj, and became really good friends. He has a specific attention to detail. He has a very personal, he engages with his clients personally. And so you walk away feeling that you've not only got an excellent quality product, but as well as somebody who is going to be looking out for you personally. So I'm aware that Raj is now scaling up his business. He's expanding into the States and even into Europe. And I want to wish Raj and Heritage House all the best in his future endeavors, and wish him all the successes that are due to him.
Hello, my name is Nick. I'm a senior executive here of a large retailer in Bangkok. I'm here at Heritage House Tailor Shop, and I want to tell you a little bit about my experience. I have met Raj over 8 years ago. Actually, he was referred by my girlfriend, who said, "Honey, you get all your suits tailor-made, you should try somebody new." I came here 8 years ago, and since then I'm coming every year 3-4 times a year to get all my suits, my shirts, my trousers made here. I am very, very happy with the service I receive, as well as the quality of fabrics, the tailormanship, because it is very uneasy to find the right size when you're a big man like myself. So I love that they advise me, they give me the latest colors, and they make things which are very comfortable here in Thailand, especially lining the inside of the suits with silk, because it is very hot outside, so it's very comforting. They also tailor-made my name inside the suit, so it's always feeling a little bit more special than in other shops. So today I have to say, the service I receive, the quality I get, the speed I receive my product is excellent, and I will continue coming here for many years to come.
Raj, share with us an experience that has significantly shaped you.
Yeah. Today I'm the CEO of Heritage House, and this is not the same person I was growing up. And this, when you said that, it reminded me of this interesting, really, really life-changing incident that makes me laugh now. Made me rethink of my life's decisions, and I thought I could share that with you. So it was in my late teens. I was in high school. I was about to complete high school, I was completing high school, and all my friends were ready to go to college. And here I was thinking, like, oh, I don't need a higher education. I'm just going to join my dad's business. It's going to be a party. I'm going to live. It's be like I'm living in an island. It's going to be fun. Like it'll be great. Ironically, I have an uncle who lives in an island in the Caribbean, and so when my dad and my mom heard about these plans, they're like, "Oh, do you want to live in an island?" I'm like, "Okay, what does that mean?" My mom's brother, he lived in Jamaica, so he invited me. He said, "Okay, why don't you come, experience life as you want to, without getting college degree, as you say. Come over and then see how you like it." And I'm like, "This is perfect for an 18-year-old, going to Jamaica," and it sounded great, right? So that's what I did. So I packed up my stuff, went to my uncle, thinking like this is going to be a great year or whatever. I didn't know how long this was going to take, how long this was going to last. But within about 4 or 5 months, I was like begging my uncle, like, "Man, this is ridiculous. Like, what was I thinking? This is like a lot of hard knocks learning, a lot of tough learning." And I'm like, "Uncle, so I'm sorry, I can't do this. This is like, I'm crazy."
What did they have you doing?
Like Uncle got me to working. Like they had an auto parts business. They used to import and distribute auto parts. And then I was in the warehouse. I was picking up these rubber tires, and and I was of course going to wholesale market. I was going to the wholesale market and selling, and it was fun. Right when I looked,
it's a lot of manual labor.
A lot of manual, a lot of rejection, because like there's this kid who doesn't know about auto parts trying to sell me these technical sounding things, and it was. Again, right now I can laugh and it's fine, but at that point it was hard, man. It was really tough, but that's a good thing. That's what shaped me. So what I'm trying to say is, the other interesting thing is, so when okay, fine. So then I went to college the following year. I ended up getting a great degree in Bentley College in Massachusetts, 3.6 GPA overall. So it was great. I think all that I went through helped me get to this point brilliantly, but. Apparently, this was all devised. This was some crazy plan that my parents and my uncle had. Like this wasn't ad hoc. It was planned. So I forgive them now. So that made me rethink. And then I'm glad. I guess that's not a recommended solution for people who feel they want to be rebellious at a certain age. But okay, it worked. So that shaped me a lot.
Well, a lot to be grateful for then.
Yes.
Raj, what are 3 things you can't leave home without?
3 things I can't leave home without. Well, obviously a Heritage House outfit. I can't leave home without that. Phone. You obviously can't leave home without a phone. A 3rd thing, okay, fine. So I can't leave home without my wallet, but can I share my family's pictures with you? Because I can't leave home without that either. So okay, here you go. So I can't leave home without these guys. So this is a picture of my daughter. 2 daughters there.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's Rekha, my wife. And here's a little note that my elder one, when she was roughly 5 years old, she wrote me a little note. I don't exactly know what that note was for, but
to Daddy, please wear this every day for good luck.
Yeah, she gave me something, and I just kept the note. Yeah, so that's very important to me. These are the 3 things. Mainly, of course, is my family. I can't leave home without my family, and this is one way I do it. Thank you.
Thank you. When we come back, we're going to delve deeper into the world of custom tailoring and find out about Raj's inspirations. Stay tuned. Michael Kors said that a man in a well-tailored suit will always shine brighter than a guy wearing off the rack. Welcome back to The Exclusives. We're in conversation with Raj Krishnani, CEO of Heritage House. Welcome back, Raj.
Thank you so much, Renuka.
Raj, the apparel industry, especially custom tailoring, it's becoming an increasingly popular choice for the business professional. Do you have plans for international expansion?
Yeah, you're right. You know, custom tailoring has seen a huge resurgence in, on a global scale, and the millennials are a big part of this. They have not only contributed to this, but they've actually made it grow faster than we had thought because, well, you know, online is a space where anyone can get on and buy it anytime, sell it anytime. So in keeping in tune with that, in that atmosphere, we've done basically gotten ourselves into a millennial mindset. What did they think? How did they feel? So, for example, somebody in the 20s, mid-20s and early 30s wants something that is individualized for themselves. This is a huge aspect of them. They want something that is individualized. They want it super fast. They want, furthermore, a great experience built around by this purchasing, and it has to be customized. Yes. So if you as a business can morph your product into these 3-4 components, I think you should do pretty good no matter what industry it is. So custom tailoring is one of those as well. So yes, and that's one thing that I think will help us ride the wave, stay afloat, however you want to picture it. But meeting those standards would help a lot.
So with the availability of mass ready-made apparel, are millennials still customizing?
Yeah, I think so, because this is just talking from my customer base, right? I've not done a demographic study into this. I don't know the hard numbers on this, but based on my client base, the ones that I speak with and who buy from us, millennials are starting to take a big picture into this, because, you know, well, they have more disposable income, they are earning, they're not married yet, for example, or they don't have as many responsibilities as someone with 3 kids. So I think that's just that simple reason, and a few more, I'm sure, but that's one of them. Yes, you're right, in short term.
Raj, are there any public figures who've inspired you or significantly impacted the way in which you work?
Yeah, actually there are a few. There are a few people in the fashion and apparel industry that I've read up on, try to follow a little bit about what they do and how they work, and though they may not be literally from the bespoke or custom tailoring industry, I think the way that they executed their marketing plans, I believe they have seen explosive growth, and that's something that I was very interested in finding about more. And namely, for example, I'm talking about, say, Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, the Marciano brothers of Guess, Michael Kors, Jimmy Choo. There's a few more, but you know, these brands have followed, I believe, a near precise and really well thought out marketing plan, and they've executed their plans meticulously, and it's been extremely well timed. And these are attributes which I feel we should be able to implement in our business as well successfully. So those are things that I'm learning from them, and they've surely, you know, not everything can be thought down to the smallest detail. It's not possible, but it's something that, for example, they've kept their ears to the ground. I like doing that, so we've done that pretty naturally. They've thought about their next moves. I definitely like doing that, so we've done that pretty okay. And the best part is that they've communicated their messages clearly and impactfully, and we're working on that as well. So that's something that resonates when I learn about these public figures and their brands that they have under their umbrellas. Surely they're also on the top of that S curve that I was talking about on the growth. And so once you reach that on top of that S curve, what basically happens is that you have to sustain growth. You know, you reached a level where you're not going to be able to have a huge growth thereafter, but you sustain growth, and that's what they're doing. And they stay relevant, they communicate well, they execute newer marketing plans on a regular basis, and then they're successful. They continue to be successful, and that's where we're trying. That's what we're trying to achieve. So I definitely learned that from these public figures. On the flip side of the coin, there are also a few people who are completely not in the fashion and apparel industry who have somewhat influenced the way I work. Again, public figures, you know. So there's, for example, I think I mentioned Steve Jobs earlier. I think I've read his biographies, and then the interesting thing about his biographies is that it's not only taught me what I should do, it's also taught me what things that I shouldn't do. You know, it's an interesting read. I definitely recommend it. You put things in perspective for you of things that you should and should not do. I've read on Warren Buffett, his style and his working philosophies and the way he's influenced many people. It's been influential to me as well. So that's another person I'd like to mention who I like to read and get influenced by, I guess. Let's see, who else? Yeah, there's a business owner in Brazil, Ricardo Semler. His book is about empowering his people. And his thought process is quite radical, how he's empowered his company, the people who work in the company. So it works for him, the way. And so I figured if there's something in that I can emulate into our business, it should definitely be beneficial to everyone involved. So that's been another one person I look into reading. And there's more. If I could mention one more, Stephen Covey, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's a very simple read. You know, if you read it, it's seemingly simple, but if you can follow those philosophies, those 7 habits, impactful, very strong, very, very good. So those are the few people that I think come to mind at the moment.
So a lot of public figures have inspired you, and to many, you've also reached and achieved great levels of success. How would you inspire the younger generation?
Let's see. If there was a younger generation out there listening to me right now, and they said, okay, let's see what does he have to say. Maybe there's something I can learn from this. My message, I guess, would be that honestly, I think they should learn how to not take things for granted. Firstly, just don't take things for granted. You know, firmly believe that whatever happens really does happen for the best. I think you should really, if you firmly believe in that really glides you through a lot. So if they could hear me out on that one, I'd appreciate it because it's helped me a lot. And what else? Working smart, yeah. So that in terms of, there's a fine line between working smart and working hard. You know, so you work smart. You know, you work hard. Make sure you work hard because you don't want to cut corners. You know, so working smart is not about cutting corners, because when you take shortcuts, you just close your mind to the vast opportunities out there. So working smart does not mean that. So work smart, but don't cut corners. And this may sound a little cliche because you've heard this before, but I really believe this, that you really need to be grateful every single day. It's really important that, you know, because we've been given so much. Whatever you've been given less, given more, some good stuff, some not so great things, whatever they are. But these are all here for you to teach you invaluable lessons. You know, this is an opportunity to make you a better person. I believe that this makes me a better person. And then how can you not be grateful for something like that? So being grateful is probably one of my biggest advices, if I could give that.
Raj, it's time to button up and give us your best shot at the rapid fire round.
Okay. Let's try.
What's the fastest car in the world? The Bugatti Chiron, Hennessy Venom, or the McLaren F1?
Okay, not the F1. It's not the F1. It's one of the other two, Bugatti or Hennessy, I don't know. It's not F1.
It's the Hennessy.
Okay.
What does BMW stand for?
British Motorworks. It's Motorworks. It's Motorworks. It's not British. Is it British?
The Germans are not going to appreciate that. It is the Bavarian Motorworks.
That's a pastry. It's impossible.
What fashion trend do you hate the most?
Capri pants on guys.
Which United States president wore the best suits?
Obama.
Name one style rule that everyone should break.
One style rule that everyone should break. Colorful clothing on guys. Give it a shot. Why not? It's fine.
Use the word pants in a non-apparel context.
Okay. And I proclaim my wife wears the pants in this family.
Oh, she's going to be happy. If you could win any award, what would it be?
Any award? If it's available, Dad of the Year.
Oh, lovely. The working cuff was originally designed for surgeons. True or false?
True and false. True and false. You know, because yes, one of the reasons was for surgeons to perform operations so you can fold up your sleeves. Second was it's also called the gutter cuffs, because guys used to pick up garbage and slosh and stuff in the olden days also had to roll up their same sleeves, right? And they wore suits, so it's both. true and false.
Very impressive. If you were not who you are today, who would you be?
If I'm not who I am today, who would I be? I would not be me, but I would like still, I still want to be me. I like me. I don't want to be anyone else.
Wonderful. You've done so well, Raj. You really aced that, Raj. You were very good.
Thank you.
Wishing you lots of continued success ahead, and may the journey be smooth for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Clothing is a form of self-expression, and there are hints about who you are in what you wear. You can spruce your wardrobe up with Raj at hhcustomtailor.com. I'd like to thank our venue partners, Rembrandt Hotel Bangkok. For those of you at home, thank you for all the emails and the messages. We really appreciate the input, and we'll continue to keep you posted on what's coming next. This is Renuka signing off and wishing you a productive week ahead.